What's up, Facebook Fortnite group? Velo here, back again with our next in-depth location guide. Today we're going into Season 2's newest location, or one of the newest locations, the Grotto. Now, the Grotto is very complex. There's a lot of pieces in here, and it's kind of easy to get turned around. So I want to name all of the locations within the Grotto so that it's easier for you guys to know where you are and how to navigate in and out of there. Once we go through all of the mapping, where the chests are and so forth, we'll get back and talk about how you guys can deal with the henchmen, find Brutus, get his minigun, and get the card to get into the vault. Now, let's start with the entrances, or the main entrances into the Grotto. We're not going to talk about the trash cans and the porta potties until later. Right now, we're just going to talk about the 5 main entrances, and those are right here, this small circle. We're going to call that the silo. The silo has a very similar effect as Steamy Stacks, where it'll shoot you up into the sky, and you can deploy your umbrella there. The big circle here in the middle, we're going to call that the moon door. Okay, the moon door, little Game of Thrones reference there. Just above that, we have this shack right here. We're going to call that the watchtower. Okay, that's the watchtower. It's the shack just south, I guess, of the moon door. And then we have our 3 caves. We have the north cave, which has the reboot van here. We have what I like to call the secret cave, which is on the east side here. It's a very small little entrance, and it does have a campfire there as well as a boat to get away. And then we have our south cave right here, which is going to be this big entrance. There's going to be 2 boats here, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and start by bringing you guys through the south cave, okay? And I'm going to show you guys, we're going to name the different locations so you have a better idea of where we are. So if we come through the south cave, guys, remember that we're going to come up to our first guard shack. And this little guard shack right here, we're going to call that the south shack, okay? So we have the south cave, south shack. Right here, there usually is a henchman walking around. We'll get into the henchmen's later. There's also a phone booth, and we're going to talk about the phone booths here in a little while as well. But just talking about the south entrance and the south shack here, we do have a chest up here. So it's a good place to come, get a chest, get some loot, and then you're off. The only other thing really on the south side here, guys, is this little overhang ledge right here. And there will be another porta potty up here, as well as a little loot spawn location. And we'll show you guys where those potties go. The potties. We'll show you where the potties go later on in the video. So we do have a zip line that takes us into the central part of the Grotto. We're going to get into that here in a moment as well. I know I keep saying things are going to get into there, but let's go ahead and show you the rest of the entrances. Let's go ahead and show you guys the secret entrance. All right, so the secret cave, which is right next to the south cave, right here has this little beach right here with a campfire and a boat to get away. If you go ahead and come through the secret cave, there's a loot spawn location right here. Sometimes it'll have a weapon, heals, things like that, ammo, and then you have a chest so that you can get a weapon. And from the secret cave, guys, it's going to bring you into what we call, or what I call, the secret corridor, right? So we have this little corridor here. This actually takes us back over to the south side that we just went over. The south shack is right there, as well as the south cave, which is right over here to our left. But here in the secret corridor, we have the secret closet. Secret closet's going to have a chest. It's also going to have a porta potty, which we'll, like I said, get into in a moment. If we continue on our little secret journey here, we have another chest right here in this container. This spot right here we're going to call the secret control, because it's like a little control center on the secret path. And then if we continue following this dirt path up to another guard shack, which we're going to call the secret shack. Okay, so does everybody follow along with that? The secret shack is going to have a chest inside right here, as well as another loot spawn right here. So far, all of this area we're going to call secret. We have the secret shack, we have the secret control. If you follow this around, we have this bay. There's a chest in here. The secret corridor, which has the secret closet. Take that back to our left, we have the secret cave. A lot of secrets we got going on here. And if we bring it this way, we have the south cave, the south shack. There's that ledge that we were talking about, the porta potty up there. But all of that brings us here into the main part of the Grotto. And let's go ahead and show you guys that really quick, what it looks like from this angle. And we'll go over all of these locations just here in a moment. All right. One thing that you'll notice is you cannot see the entrance from the north cave. Okay, you guys cannot access that directly through here. You actually have to go into the Grotto, into these buildings to get to the north cave. But let's go ahead and show you what that north cave looks like if you were to deploy into that from the beginning of the game. All right, so the north cave, you guys can see, has a reboot van right here. It also has some containers, one of which has a chest in it. So you can just run up here, jump on top of these barrels, get into this container, and get yourself some loot. And then from here, it's going to bring you into this area, which I like to call the garage, because there's a little dune buggy thing inside of here, a little car. Has a loot spawn as well as an ammo can there. And this just brings you right back out in here. So right, this is the north cave. We have the garage. Up here, I like to call this top garage. And this will bring you into mid. And we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But same thing as down here. This is the garage. This door will also bring you into... this door right here will bring you into mid. Now, these doors you have to access either by breaking through them or having a disguise on. There will be a little red button. We're going to show you guys how to use that in a moment. But if you cannot get in or you want to get in quicker or stealth, you can come through these little side vents here. You guys might have seen this door back here. This will take us to the silo. And I'm going to go ahead now and show you guys the silo. All right, so if you guys decide to come through the silo, what you're going to do is come here. And as soon as that wind takes you, you can go ahead and hit your deploy button or your dive button. Right here, we do have a little secret room that I just call the silo closet. It has a chest, get a weapon, and then you can continue down. There are two doors, one's to the east, one's to the north. If you take the one to the north, it'll take you back out to garage. This is where we just were. Okay, if you guys take it to the east, this will take you to a different section that we're going to go over here in just a moment. Okay, but let's continue from here because you guys are already familiar with the garage side and the north cave entrance. All right, so let's go ahead and bring you guys in from the north cave entrance. If you come through this door, this is going to bring us into mid. And the reason I call that mid is because we have this central pole. Anytime you see this pole, you kind of know that you're in mid. This is lower mid where we have the vault. Okay, there's a little balcony up here that's going to have a chest in it. This door is the one that takes you out above the garage. So you guys have reference. You guys can see north entrance. We're in the garage. If you guys come through the top, you are in top mid, which has that chest. Or if you came through the bottom, you would have been in bottom mid, which has the vault here. Bottom mid, remember this little thing? All right, so you guys are keeping track. All right, let's keep going on with mid here. This is upper mid. Anytime that you see this pole, we have upper mid or lower mid. All right, does that make sense? Over there we have the garage. Now, this little section, you see the little propeller? This is going to take us out onto what I call the catwalk. The catwalk, if you want to know exactly where the catwalk is, if you see the vault and just go straight out from the vault, it'll take you to the catwalk. And we have lower catwalk here that's going to have a chest right here. And then this actually has access to the docks, which we'll get to that in a second. The upper catwalk will take you back here, and this is that east entrance to the silo. So now you guys understand the silo entrance. Let's go ahead and show you what happens if you come through the moon door. All right, guys, so if you choose to come through the moon door, you're going to be deploying down like this, and then you can always bust out your umbrella or your glider, and you can land right here on the helipad if you want to, or probably go find a weapon. There will be henchmen around here, so be careful with that. Let's go ahead and grab a weapon. Now, from here, you can pretty much see all of the entrances that we talked about. Over here, if you guys remember, this was the secret corridor, the secret control, the secret shack. Over here, we had the south shack, the south cave, and that little overhang area that we were talking about before. Okay. Now, remember how we were talking about the mid area that has that beam in it? So right now, we're on what I would call the roof. Brutus actually walks around up here on the roof quite frequently. But if we come down over here on the side and come through any of these doors, we are once again in mid. Remember the pole, guys. The pole shows you mid. Here we have the vault, lower mid. This is the catwalk. We've been over this. Now let's take you guys out front. Okay. Out front, I call this the docks. All of this down here, I call this the docks. If you want to be more specific, this side would be like the south docks. There's a chest right here in this container. Those containers have nothing in them, okay, but you guys can see where we are now. If you would have come in the south entrance, you could come right up here to the south docks, or the docks in general. This little tunnel right here will take you back to the lower catwalk. We've been over that. Okay, and then if we come up here, it brings us back to mid. All right, so you guys are understanding mid. Now, on the south side here, this little area I call mid control because it's like a control room. There's not a whole lot going on here, but there is some loot spawn locations. And then this room right here, I believe, is Brutus's room, okay, because it has a little punching bag. It's got a little cot there, and it does have a chest here, as well as another chest here that you guys will see in a moment that you have to access wearing the disguise. And a cool little trick, guys. There is a little vent to get into this room. If you do come up the south side and you come to the docks, you can hop up on these boxes and then just come through this vent to get into Brutus's room, which will take you into mid control, which will take you into mid, and you guys are seeing a pattern here. Now, if we go up a level above us here, you guys saw that helipad that we were on. In fact, if we go through right here, upper mid will take us to this little hallway that'll take us to what I call Central Command. And you'll see why once we walk through these doors. We have this nice round table. Kind of looks like a Central Command center. Chest in here. And there are these little vents on both sides that you guys can creep out and get on these little balconies. There's that secret shack there. And if we come down, we do have boats in here. This little area down here is not a lot going on. I don't really have a name for it, but if you wanted to come up with something, you could. And then above us here, there's another basically useless room underneath Central Command that doesn't really have a purpose, I don't think, at this time. There is an upgrade station here out on the docks. I hope everyone's following along. Kate, this door right here, it'll take us back into mid. There's our vault. Remember, straight across from the vault, we have the catwalk, and then that will take us over to the silo. Last place I want to show you before we actually get into a game is going to be our lookout tower, our watchtower right here. And I'm going to show you guys this because this is a good spot to come early in the game, but there is a little loot up here, loot spawn there, chest in here, another loot spawn location in here. And that is the 5 main entrances, the silo, the moon door, and the 3 caves, as well as a general overview of what's going on inside. But let's go ahead and talk about how the henchmen get involved, where Brutus can be found, what weapons they have, and how to get into that vault. And then, of course, the porta potties and the trash cans, how we use those to transport around. So let's go ahead and hop into a game. All right, so we went ahead and jumped into a custom game. That way I'm the only person in here, but it is like a normal gameplay right now if you were playing solos or even squads. And we're just going to fly down here. And I'm going to show you, we're going to start with the entrances that we didn't cover, those 5 main entrances. We're going to show you guys some of the alternate routes to get in here, starting with probably one of the more popular ones right now, which is at the base of this tower right here. You're going to see this trash can. Keep in mind, this trash can's a little buggy. It's a little faster also to get down if you want to by hitting the zip line or even getting the loot up here and then immediately jumping. You won't take fall damage. And then from here, if you come into the trash can, sometimes you can get stuck behind the trash can. I was able to make it out. But you guys can see, oh, there's a henchman here. But we are now at the south cave here, okay? You guys remember the south cave? Those turrets will shoot at you, by the way, so be careful of that. You can get a weapon here. Go ahead and take this 50. And then now that you guys can see when we're on the south side here, I'm sorry, on the north cave, aside from this henchman, there is the garage here, and now we have the phone booth, guys. So the phone booth is a good idea to hop into, change into one of the henchmen costumes or disguises, and now when you walk around, these will not shoot at you. The henchmen won't shoot at you. Interesting why that door is not there. Normally there's a door there. I think it's just a bug right now. If you do bump into the henchmen, it will take you out of disguise, and then they will shoot at you, okay? So go ahead and make sure you kill those henchmen. As for these special chests, there's one here. You can either be in the henchman disguise, or if you carry the henchman in front of it, come up and then hit your use button, or it'll scan the henchman and it'll open up that chest for you. All right, let's go ahead and show you guys another way to get in and out of here. All right, so probably my favorite option is coming out to the watchtower here, because you can land up here really quick. There's a chest inside of here so you can get some loot. Hopefully it's decent. Get that submachine gun, grab those bandages, and right out here you have another phone booth that you can use to switch into that disguise like we talked about. And then we have another trash can. This trash can, however, let's go ahead and hop in that. I'll show you where that brings you. Is going to pop you out over on the secret side. So this is the secret corridor. Sorry, I got turned around. Notice that henchman's not shooting at me because I'm in disguise. We have another chest right here. We can come back here to the secret corridor and the secret closet, get this chest if we want to. And there is a special chest here, which since we're in disguise, will scan us and it'll allow us to open that. And look at that. We get a purple scar. Very nice. Grab this. Get another chest. And then we have a porta potty here. So where does this porta potty go? This is the one that's in the secret closet. If you guys hop into this porta potty, it'll take you over to the south docks. Now, the south docks are right below Brutus's little room right here. You guys remember Brutus's room? We can crawl in here. It has that chest, but here is another secret chest, guys. These were not shown when we were playing in Battle Labs, so I just wanted to show you guys where that was. From there, you could also, when you come through that porta potty, you could have gone back out to the secret cave and gotten the chest that's out there. But let's go ahead and show you another option. This was the trash can that we came through. That was up at the command center. I'm sorry, the watchtower. You guys remember that? We just showed you where this porta potty went, but now there's another porta potty. You guys remember if we came through the south entrance and we have the south shack here, there's another porta potty there. There's another phone booth. So if you did come through the south entrance, you would have one henchman to deal with. And then you could get in here. Secret chest right here. I don't know why I call them secret chests. Everything's secret today. Good thing I didn't bump into him. But then we can run up here on the ledge. Remember that porta potty I was talking about? This one is actually going to take us over to the the secret shack over there. So if we come in here, if for whatever reason we wanted to go over there, you can do just that when we come out of the secret shack. You guys remember this side. Okay, and we have that chest in there. So moving on, now that we want to fight this guy, there's another secret chest down there that you guys can see. We can unlock those. There's a few throughout. I'm not going to show you every single one, but what I would recommend doing is turning off the turrets, right? Turning off the turrets so we don't have to deal with those once we start fighting and we're no longer in disguise. Because once you shoot your weapon, guys, you will get out of your disguise. So, vault, we take that back to the catwalk, run all the way back here to the generator room. Notice that the camera is not shooting at us. And we break this so that it turns off all of the turrets. All right, once you've disabled that, I would recommend going and finding Brutus. And the fastest way to find Brutus is to actually kill one of these guards and shake him down. But keep in mind, if you do it out in mid, it's probably going to draw a lot of attention. So maybe coming out here on the south dock, something like that, killing this guard that's right here. And then if you shake them down, it'll give you a little ping, like a little UAV ping. And then you can see all of those red triangles like this. Those are henchmen. And then the red crown is Brutus. So now we're going to go ahead and find Brutus. We're going to have some people to fight along the way. But we do not have the turrets to worry about. We can see Brutus is up here. The henchmen aren't that powerful. Brutus is going to be a little stronger. And he has that minigun. So be careful. Once he starts shooting at you, you're going to want to get out of the way here. Hit him with that shotgun a couple times. And then there you go. Once you knock Brutus, you're going to want to kill him. You can take his minigun if you want to. And that card right there, guys, the card is what you're going to want because that's going to take you down to the vault. Open up this vault. And this vault has incredible loot, guys. Probably one of the best ones in the game right now. Keep that gun out just in case some more henchmen come. And then from here, you can come into the vault and look at all of these chests that you can open. You have 1, 2, you have this one right here in the middle, 4, 5, tons of ammo on the shelves. You can get max ammo. We have the bandage bazooka if we wanted to. That's not always here, but you get some really good loot, guys. So I hope you like this. Depending on how hot it is, you might want to continue looting because there are some good chest spots, and those special chests have pretty good loot in them as well. But once you want to get out of here, if you want to make a break for it, you can just come to this porta potty, and it's going to pull you out. Unfortunately, it's just a one-way avenue out of this little hay bale, which is at the base of the power lines here. All right, you guys can see the south entrance there. I'm sorry, the north cave entrance there with the reboot van. So if you guys found this video helpful, please make sure you give it a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you want to see more content like this, make sure you leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.